So now you just build points.
It's a 4-2, right?
7-3, 4-2. Because Blue's position is going to deteriorate fairly soon. So he's got one spare checker outside his home board that's not on a strip point. So now he has to come down.
With both.
Again, Red needs to stop, do the count. All right, so now's the time to think. 58, 66, 72, 76, 78 for Red.
50.
63,
85, 94.
103. 78 plays 103.
I think it's even, is it more than that? That's probably right. 50.
So if this is a 25-pip lead,
85.
this is going to be double and pass.
I've got like he's over 110, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
So what is your rule of a double and pass then? If he doesn't really, he has no race equity anymore right now.
It has some race. You always have some race equity.
Yeah. Well, way behind. Yeah.
But I'm just going to try and quickly put this into exchange. So 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Boom, boom.
Well, Mike is going to get a fly shot here, probably.
So you get a fly shot maybe 2/3 of the time here. So you're going to hit that a 1/6 of the time. So
then he gives up, which is probably right, as you said earlier.
Yeah. So it was the skinniest of skinny takes, according to our computer friend.
That was still a take.
But what normally happens when if you use Extreme Gammon. So I'm using Extreme Gammon, which if anybody watching doesn't know what it is, it's the de facto standard piece of software that backgammon players use to analyze positions and analyze their matches. It's the strongest player in the world. The PC version plays effectively to what we call a performance rating of 0, which means in theory it's perfect, although we know there are improvements to come. The the tablet version plays to about 0.45 in terms of performance ratio. So it does make mistakes, and particularly it under-evaluates the strength of doubles sometimes. So although it's said on an initial valuation that was a take, I suspect that the full version of XG would say that was actually a close pass. Okay.
And it looks like they're having a little bit of fun there, which is nice because backgammon is supposed to be fun. And sometimes it's taken a little too serious by some backgammon players.
Yeah. So with the 4-3, particularly when you're leading, you want a high anchor. So that should have been played by splitting off the rear checker. And particularly when your opponent's already used the spare checker on the 8 point, then it becomes more important to split. So Mike, the end result of that is that Mike is ahead in development, basically. So he's already got the rack, the 4, 5, 6 points. Is that double 4? No, 4-2. So right. You can't afford to make the 4 points, so you should probably just play. And 10-6, 24-22 doesn't look right either. This is a bold attempt to seize the initiative, which it's not unreasonable. 4-3 gets him an advanced anchor. All right. So now Blue has an advanced anchor. He has the rack. The race is going to be pretty close.
And he's behind too.
So an interesting question with the 1 as to whether he should have come up there. So that if Blue hit off the 8 point, then he would have more return shots. Again, I can't see the dice 3 and.
I cannot see it either.
2. Chris. All right. So that should have been a hit.
He could have hit twice also.
You hit away from the edge of the prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So backgammon works better if you're aggressive. So I teach my students to try to be aggressive. And hitting is right far more often than you would ever think. And
Yeah, the newer player likes to play a little more conservative.
so now 4-3. It's probably going to run away with one checker.
Seems right.
So blue has 3 4s and 5s to hit. And again, you should take time. You've got to take time. Please take time.
You might need to talk to him at your next club.
Yeah, well, I gave a series of online lectures during lockdown, and Mike did attend all of them. So here you've got to think, now what am I doing? What am I trying to do? And it looks like he should hit. No.
Oh, yeah, that's way too.
You've got to hit. Got to hit. Again, 5 and something. 5, 1. Okay, so he would have hit back, but it's not the end of the world.
Exactly.
Now blue has got a poor structure, and now he can't move the rear checkers, and he's forced into leaving.
Got to hit. It looks like he's got to hit here.
Well, he could
or
hit.
He could
also play 13-3 and duplicate 1s and keep the block.
That might be better, actually.
So the trouble with the hitting with the 6 is where's the 4? Because you
don't want to come in with
checker.
I think you're right with the duplicating the aces there on bringing a checker to the 3-point. But both players need to, like you said, slow down a little bit and use that doubling cube as a weapon.
Yeah.
Make your opponent think a little bit.
Oh, what a roll. So,
hit and keep it going, right?
Yeah. Because there's no clock to hit, they're tapping the table, right? Thinking time looks like cubing time. And so Mike's just found with double 2. So if you evaluate this on the standard system of position, race, and threat, then red has got them all. So now,
and I don't think it was too good, right? Or maybe
no, but it's never too good if your opponent holds the anchor, and that's the correct play with 4-5 is to slot the bar. And he's found again. Now you either playing on for a gammon here is it's a nice idea, but it's you give your opponent the chance to create a back game by anchoring. You don't win enough gammons.
Yeah. They need to straighten up.
Now they should just pass this. Yeah.
Michael, can you have them straighten the board out there? They've kind of pushed the board a little bit too far up towards Vladimir. Oh, okay.
So Mike Ireland has had 2 e-scooter accidents in the last 6 months. First time he damaged his knee. Second time he has damaged his shoulder, which is why he's wearing a sling. And when I met him at a pre-Christmas tournament, I did tell him that he was getting slightly too old to ride around on e-scooters. Hopefully he's taken that advice on board.
It looks, is he a lefty? Because it looks like he's using his left hand.
He's a righty.
So that's why he is using his left hand, it looks like, to roll the dice.
Okay. So again, standard play. Whoops, hello.
Oh, maybe not.
No, this is
the 3-point.
I'm sending strong airwaves to New York. Yeah.
There we go.
An asset is an asset. It lasts forever. Yes. Okay, now his opponent run out twice and Mike has to split at the back to cover the outer board. So the question is, do you cover it with the 4 or the 1?
What do you think there, Mike?
I think this is quite close. I've seen a few of these. This is now he's going to have to just play 13-4.
Yes.
Which is a lot worse if you split for red, if blue split with 1 and develop the stack on the midpoint.
Yeah.
So 3 is good. Think about the 6. What can you duplicate? What can you do?
Keep that back checker maybe going?
You're not winning by enough. You're not winning the race, so don't race. This duplicates 3s, which is okay. The alternative is to play 13-7 with the idea of making a swift board. That would have got hit. So now in with the ace and obviously the 6. So he's going to try and play with 1 checker, but that's not necessarily right in that position because you get rolls like this. 6-2, pick and pass. 2. Now he's
So
gonna
Mike
hit.
has a doubling opportunity because he is
Yes.
behind in the.
So already you've got to the point in the match where the score is relevant. So he hits with 4s, 5s, and 6s, but not 3-2. Okay. But again, it's always worth stopping to think.
Well,
now probably not. Probably not enough.
I guess that maybe they're playing speed backgammon.
They're playing speed backgammon without clocks. It's quite impressive.
And they're not allowing us to commentate on it because having both 5 points on your opponents and yours is awfully strong.
I should play 6 to 5 with the ace because it only leaves 5-2 as a hitting number. So he'd have had better distribution of checkers. Now he needs a 10 or a 3. That'll do.
You got it.
Woo, let's think about the 6. You get exciting plays here, like 10 to 4.
There we go. Well, we're
13-7. So, in and out. 4 and 5. It's not too difficult. So
now another doubling opportunity.
Right? It's probably not. It's
well, at least
he's stopping.
Right. Yes. He's taking the 12 seconds that you recommended. So
97.
How many shots? He's got about
133. 133 plays. 2.
He's got 4s and 1s both hit. There's 20.
So the race is dead level as far as I'm thinking. I think it's 138 each. So
and he's got 24 hitting. He's got 2/3 of the time.
It doesn't necessarily win. How often do you lose your market? Is really the question. You can use Kent Goulding's methodology here. So give yourself a good roll, but not the best. Give your opponent a poor roll, but not the worst, and then evaluate that situation.
That's
4-3 would be a good 4. Yeah, let's say 4-2. He hits and makes the bar. At 0-3, this is quite likely to be a cube.
Maybe you have time to put it into XG real quick.
I'll do that. And also, you can use O'Hagan's law. So O'Hagan's law says if the position's pretty equal, but you have one good number, and you're okay even if you miss, then it's probably a double. Here he's got 1s, 4s, double 2. Yeah, so I like the double.
6-5.
Because also he hasn't tested his opponent. There you go. So even if it was a take, his opponent's taken about no time at all to pass. But in fairness to him, he probably made his decision while Mike was thinking. Yeah?
Exactly.
So unfortunately, I couldn't take a snapshot of the position. So that comes down to post-game analysis.
They need to set the game up correctly.
Yeah, the board is misset. The cube is misset and the board is misset. Are they going to notice?
I don't know. Inside, maybe. Well, I think he's doing that. That's his.
So backgammon's also a game about communication. So now he's induced 2 weaknesses. The rear checkers are no longer in communication. He's got 2 inner board blots, and it's time to do some sums. 5
and again, Mike thought about it also. He thought for a quick second, but
is that 6-5 or 5-4? 6-5. Okay.
He could have hit on the ace point too, which would have
So now
taken away
Red is going to make his 4 point.
Absolutely.
24, 50, 72. That's a great roll. Oh, sorry, wrong side. Yeah, it's still a great roll, whichever side you're on, actually. Great roll for blue and a great roll for black. He's going to hit.
He's got to hit.
Hit.
Nothing else to.
Otherwise, you're leaving 2 blots in board. Oh, sorry, you could play 7 to 1, 8 to 5.
Yeah. But this gives him a chance to free up that back checker to freedom and hit Oh, that cannot be. No, no, no.
So now what are you going to do? So you should always ask yourself, what are you going to do next? Okay, well, it's a brilliant play.
Yeah, exactly. And now we should think about doubling again.
Well, if you make the point and red comes in, what's the thinking? Yeah. So
39.
Oops, there you go. Not going to double. He's talking to his opponent. It's excellent.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're smiling and having a good time.
Yeah. The score is 3-1, isn't it? 3-1.
I think blue has 113.
Okay. The race is 113, 134 because I stuck it in XG. This is a massive double and just a take by the skinniest of margins. Okay. So the reason being position race threat. Blue is way up in the race. His position is extremely good because he can make points. He can make the ace point. Yeah, so great cue.
Yep.
And now take. Now we get some excitement.
There we go.
Okay, so. Okay, forced to play well, as they say.
Yep.
1.
Oh, no, that was illegal.
That was illegal, actually.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. They need a referee on site. That has not gone well. He should have 2 points. Is it? Okay.
We were just.
What does that mean? Okay. So what did you call it again?
It's a responsible.
Okay. So apparently this is a responsible moves tournament and illegal plays are allowed to stand. So far we've had 2 illegal plays and 1 illegal setup. So the players need to concentrate. So this looks the best play with double 1. You don't want.
Well, and this goes back to that 6-3 had a while ago where he could have
hit and basically.
And now he's stuck and he's got.
Oh no, double 4. So
there you go.
The other good thing, key thing about backgammon is to be able to roll well.
And a great thing about backgammon is you don't have to make the best play to win the game, right?
So that's, I think he should have made his board because of if he gets a return hit, he wants the board.
Yeah.
So now red is in significant gammon danger. So
blue is a little awkward with their bear off.
Whoa,
and it looks like he cannot even do that.
Who created this little gem? 5-2. So basically you're either slotting or clearing the 6 point, and given you want to clear the 6 point anyway.
Would you clear this? I think you
clear the 6 point. It only leaves 6-4 as a return shot. You clear a point that's difficult to clear. It reduces your gammon wins slightly, but if you're slotting and you get hit, then it reduces them rather more.
And then there were some bad rolls even after that. If you did the
3-1. So now what can you do? You can leave 4 numbers. Can you do any better? 3-1. So you play 9, 10 to 9 and 5 to 2, which only leaves 6-3 and double 3. So he should find this. Oh, this is still only 6-4, mind you.
Yeah.
6-2. Okay.
And 6-5 now plays this way.
Yeah. Okay, so unless he rolls double 1 or 2-1, Mike's going to win this game. Or are you going to hit or not? So if you hit, you win a bunch more gammons, but there's some risk involved. And if you don't hit, you're going to win a single game. You're trailing 1-3. If you hit, red has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 11, 12 crossovers to save the gammon, so it'd be close. So
and it doesn't come in. So
half of the plan has been achieved. Okay.
It's roll good now, right?
Right. So now if red fans again, he's got to start worrying. Close. So now it's all about crossovers.
Yeah.
Blue is 1 good double away from making red sweat heavily.
Agreed. And if he can avoid rolling a 3, the couple rolls.
So it takes 2 crossovers, which is correct.
Excellent by Vladimir. Bad 3.
That's bad because that will cost him an extra roll. So now you play 5. You can do, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. 4-3. So yeah, it's using the right technique of bringing the checkers home and putting them in as quickly as possible. Still needs a double to make it exciting for the spectators. So the spectators are a little bit annoyed that there's not enough excitement in the game.
Yeah.
6 and something is probably good enough to save the gammon.
Yep,
2 doubles from blue required. That's not the first.
And again, checkers
two
are
1s from red. Okay, so that's the end of that game. So it's now 3-all. It's an 8-point match, effectively. You have to say that playing without a clock, they're playing very quickly.
Yes.
It would benefit both players if they took their time. One of the things I've learned about backgammon over the years is that it's a phenomenally difficult game. And to quote Roberti's latest book, which is 2 books on the opening, which are brilliant, but the second one is subtitled Everything Matters. And that is very important. So it looks like the players are taking a break. Let's see how long they're going for.
And it looks like they have set their checkers up correctly this game.
Well, that's a really good start. So we're 3-all. Let's see. Oh, good. Can anybody read that?
No.
Can we have it in ink, please?
Somebody give that man a Sharpie or something black to write with.
Oh. It's got the... Yeah, who knows? If it's 5 minutes, we can keep talking. If it's 20, we'll go for a break.
You will. That steak will be ready for you if it's 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So, Chris, this bothers me the most when I'm watching here where we cannot see that. It does.
There's some writing on it. And the top word says back, as far as I can make out. They're having another go. Someone's found a pen.
Oh, I just brightened my screen. That will help a little bit.
Okay, so you've had a couple of classic cases in the match so far of people not hitting when they can hit.
Agreed.
It's normally wrong, particularly in the opening. It's normally wrong because your opponent's only got a 1 or maybe a 2-point board, and the opening is the time to take risks and develop the checkers. Backgammon is fundamentally a representation of war, and you want your soldiers on the field of battle, and you want them doing what soldiers do, which is being relatively aggressive. So playing passive backgammon is not the way to success, but obviously these guys are in the final. So
yeah, so they got there somehow, right? So
well, I mean, Vladimir beat Victor Ashkenazi in the semi-final, and Mike beat Cartomatic. So those are 2 very good scouts wherever and whenever you play. So as ever in backgammon, there is luck, and the shorter the match, the more luck influences the outcome. Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
5 minutes. Excellent. Okay.
And we're probably at about 4 right now because it took them 4 minutes to write that note. So
okay. So go on. Sorry, Corey.
Oh, I was going to say, Chris and I both have played chess in the past, and when you play chess, there is basically no luck because the better player most of the time is going to win. Where in backgammon, the beauty of backgammon is you don't have to be the better player and you can win because the dice will have something to say about that. And also you might make a a right or wrong double at some point in time, and you come out of it better just because you rolled a good roll or your opponent rolled a really bad roll. So, which makes it fun. And that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
You know, backgammon creates adrenaline flows like very few other games, which is why it's lasted for thousands of years. And if you want an example of the influence of luck, most tournaments nowadays are played as either double or triple elimination, but typically double elimination. So you have to lose 2 matches to be eliminated. And the World Championship final in Monte Carlo this year, Mesich, who's the #1 player in the world and undoubtedly the best player in the world, and I can't remember the name of his opponent, I'm afraid, but
was that Dirk? Would he play against Dirk?
No, that's UBC, which we'll come on to. But yeah, nice point. So Mesich was playing a guy who'd been lucky to reach the final, if we're going to be honest, because he wasn't the strongest player. And Mesich basically had got there undefeated. So for the other guy to win the championship, he had to win 2 matches. Now, in the first match, which was, I think, to 19 points, the challenger won easily, stunningly. He rolled like I've never seen anybody roll. He had the highest luck factor, which again, Extreme Gammon will give you a measure of the luck that you've had during the match. And he had the highest luck factor I've ever seen anybody ever have in a backgammon match.
What was it, Chris? Do you remember?
It was something like 14 or something.
Oh,
I mean, it was inane, absolutely inane. So there was then a second match. The luck was virtually level. There was no luck either way, and Mesich won easily. So yes, luck has a significant influence on backgammon. You have to learn to take the good with the bad. You are going to lose some ludicrous positions that you think you can't possibly lose. I have a collection of those.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We've all done it. If you've played enough, you're going to...
If you play long enough, everything happens. Yeah. But the UBC final, the Ultimate Backgammon Championship final between Mesich and Dirk Schiemann of Germany was fantastic, as was the preceding championship the year before.
Oh,
between Hidaki and Mesich. Quality of phenomenal. The quality of the commentary was very, very good. And they have an XG feed running and post-match analysis. So if you want 12 hours of free backgammon education, just Google UBC 2020 or 2021, sit back, relax and enjoy and look at it in your own time. But it's tremendous. He didn't have many mates, couldn't play much backgammon. And he decided that he would basically lock himself away for 6 months during the winter when the sun doesn't come out, just play computers for 6 months and see what that did to his game. And that made him a very, very strong player, and strong enough that he went from intermediate to world champion if you look at the whole time period, it's probably about 2 years.
What is his name, Chris?
John Roysett. He had an amazing final, which we may or may not get time to talk about during the course of this.
No, these guys are moving fast.
Yeah, one of the problems commentating on this match is you want time to look at the position, and even with 2 of us talking about it, you're not always going to get to the right answer, because one of the things about backgammon and playing with a clock is you learn to use your time. So there are plays that are obvious that you make the play. So again, for those who don't know, most backgammon is played, you get a certain amount of bank time on your clock, normally 2 minutes per point. And then you get 12 or 10 seconds per move, depending on the time scale. So if you make your move within 12 seconds, you lose any of the bank, which is a really good system. So you learn to move quickly, but then you learn to take time when you've got a difficult play to make, and there will always be difficult plays to make. So the use of time is fundamental to successful backgammon. So let's just take a moment or two.
they can
Let
download
me
that.
interrupt you for a minute, Corey. I gather the stream has gone black. Michael, if you can hear me.
Okay.
It
Keeps buffering as well, apparently.
Oh, I'm good over here. But I was going to say, to your point, there's an app that's called XG Backgammon that you can download that app, and it's great for you can play against the computer, and you can also put in positions and find out if you did the right play or doubled correctly, or so. You almost all competitive backgammon players have some way, shape, or form have some apps that they're using or have paid for the extreme backgammon, the computer to help them with their moves and doubling opportunities.
Well, this is the longest 5 minutes of my life. So,
and I hope, Chris, they clean up their checkers, because they are not cleaned up. Both players. Hopefully they'll do that when they come back. I like them nice and tidy, like you said earlier. And that's the reason why, if you're just joining us, the last game, Red started with 6 checkers on the 6 point, and neither player realized it. But we don't think it made too big of a deal, but it probably...
Here they come. I'm just ducking out to listen to 2 voice messages, which may be about the stream. So hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Am I okay, Michael? I can see. So everything is fine on my end. It's just Chris's end. He's having some issues.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my other day job. I run a one-man IT support business for older people in the community. So.
Oh, so you're familiar with that then?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we apologize for any problems you're having with the stream. It is being worked on. It will get better as soon as it can, basically. So please bear with us while we try to resolve that issue. Hang on, I'm just being communicated with by my wife.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah? All right, apparently we're back.
We're back?
We're back live, yeah. Yeah, the stream is back up, but all we need is some players, right? So, so we'd like to see them slow down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take a little time with their doubling opportunities.
Yeah.
You'll probably have to talk to Mike when he gets back home, or next time you see him at one of your tournaments, to let him know that somebody once told me that every roll is if you own the cube or it's in the middle, every roll is a doubling opportunity, and you always should just take a pause and make sure that you're not missing out, because the doubling cube is definitely a huge part of the game, and if you're forgetting to double when you should, you are you're missing out on opportunity to finish that game, or to possibly even win more than 1 point. So,
and one of the ways to learn about that, if you've been playing online during lockdown, is every time you play a match online, you should download it and then analyze the match using Backgammon software, as we've already discussed, Extreme Gammon.
Yes, exactly.
Because only in that way will you learn where your mistakes are. So the players are now back. The score is 2. So I have a rule. I never play an online match before I've analysed the preceding one. Okay.
Well, that's a good rule.
Yeah. So now 5-2. Oh, box double 6 is known as boxcars, in case anyone didn't know that. So already red should be thinking, if blue doesn't roll that well, well, ignore that remark. So now I think you should actually make 2 inner board points, because now you're stripping the midpoint of your spares. And you want a threat if blue attacks, if red attacks blue on the other side. So to me, making the 2 inner board points is clearly correct.
And now he's all stripped out.
So now, yeah. So I've just written an article called Strip Point Syndrome, which basically all of blue's, hello, what's wrong with hitting? All of blue's outer points, points in the outer board have only got 2 checkers on, which means something has to give. So now 5-1, you can do this. So he's maintaining his racing lead. Now blue is going to have to give something up. So now he should just either make the 4 point or come with 2 checkers off the 10 point. I would make the 4 point here. There are not that many hit and covers, and then you've got the 4 point for the rest of the game.
And you also have your opponent's 4 point, and he's got that blot on the 8th. So
you have no danger here. So there is a reason why most of the world's best backgammon players have been options traders at some point in their life. So this just doesn't look right. So I hope he looks at making the 4 point. Certainly you shouldn't be running away off your opponent's 4 point because you're behind in the race. So giving up the anchor is definitely wrong. This is too passive, in my opinion. At least they're stopping to think now.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's...
Yeah. So now not only have you got your 4 point, you might not make it next time. Is red thinking of doubling? Or has he not finished his
blue
move?
has not finished.
I didn't notice whether he tapped the table.
He had not tapped. There you go. He's got it. Come on, you can do it, Mike. Make that. There you go.
Yay! We like this play. Yeah, good man. Now, if he rolls 3-5, it's 4. Oh, 2-1. Sorry, I thought it was a 4-1.
Re-roll. It's stuck in there.
Oh. So now you've got a mutual holding game. These are really easy to play. You just sit and wait for the double that's going to decide your game. This looks correct. So red has got strip point syndrome. Something's got to give. So here is probably going, he could come off the bar and keep the 4 point block, which I think is correct.
Yeah.
Sorry, come off the midpoint.
Yeah, the 13.
It only leaves 5-2 and 6-1, and there's a blot inboard. So there's probably nothing to be gained other than making the 3 point twice.
Yep.
And see what happens next time. He can always give up the 8 point if he has to. Does he finish the roll?
Yeah, it looks like somebody's talking to him. Oh, they're moving the...
Oh, they're making the board more difficult for us to see. Okay.
They keep trying.
Yeah, they need to move that back fractionally. We've lost the bottom of the board, only marginally.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could bring them both down.
No, he's already played.
Yeah.
So,
I was thinking that he might, because that would have made his he had only gave 7s a couple now red is getting a little awkward.
So 120 for red.
44.
113 for blue. So red's just behind in the race. So it's basically an even race. So the volatility in this position is very low. Nothing exciting is going to happen for a roll or two. Red will probably bring his external checkers in. Blue will give up his 8 point. At that point, you might have something more to discuss. But this
Yeah.
is not. I think he's thinking of doubling, but unless he can see something I can't. Okay. This is the longest think anybody's had in the match so far.
Well, it's good. Well, it's getting serious now. It's 3-3. So
Yeah, let's wait till we get to 8 all, shall we?
exactly. Probably that makes the most sense. Is to make us 3. Yeah. I don't see anything else real. That's okay, but I think making your 3-point is a little better than leaving that gap. And now, and red is getting more and more funky over there.
So
Got 4 checkers on his ace point.
actually, I was 10 pips out. I was 10 pips out in my count. It's 123, 120. So again, nothing in it.
Blue looks like he's going to come out here and then come down.
Well, it's red to play, is it not? Unless I've fallen
Nope.
behind.
Yeah.
So red is trying to make a decision about doubling.
No, not yet. He just lost his market with double 4s.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do
And
that.
red might even red could wait to double here. He should have actually. He could have.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that. So
Yeah, red threw a double 4s.
okay.
And red could have. He could at least wait 1 roll to see if he could have done.
So apologies to those losing. I lost the stream for a minute. So we have reached 4-3. So 7 away, 8 away.
Yep.
Very nearly an equal race. So
4-1.
4-1, standard opening roll. 5-2. Now, actually, I think you should come down and split here. I think it's a standard reply, and particularly when leading, you put the pressure on the bluff.
Oh, I don't think that.
This is an overplay.
Yeah.
You don't need to do this. Okay, so now
It worked out great for blue.
Ooh, now you've got a choice actually. You don't have to make. You can do this, but equally well, it gives your opponent a good 6. But then he needs to cover the blot as well. So now he should. We didn't have time to complete the analysis of that move. So this is the right move with 2-5.
And we're getting close here. He was close. I don't think it was a double, but yeah.
No.
But
So
now
now blue has got a much better position, but red has rolled 6-1, which equalizes things somewhat. But blue has an edge here, but not a significant edge.
he did have an advanced anchor. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah. So with 6-4, you have a choice. This is reasonable.
Yeah. I'm not a lover of making the 2-point, but
I make a 2-point when I'm behind, and sometimes level, because it leads to more gammons.
He could hit 2 checkers there, but
Which I think would be wrong though, because what's this? This is 4, and it's hard to see the other number. 3? No.
double 4.
Oh, double 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the right play. Okay. So now what response have we got? One and hit outside, I think, rather than inside.
Yes, that is true.
Because you need time to get the 3 checkers off the ace point.
And that's a nice shot.
That's a return hit. So Mike needs to do something useful here.
Yeah, 3 checkers. That helps a lot.
1.
Come up with 2 of them?
Come up with 2 and think about the last one.
Yeah.
So now you're in the game forever. It's not
You could
clear.
you could slot your 5, right? Or you
just
could
play 6-3 maybe. If you slot the 5, you've sort of got 2 cover numbers, but
and you're still way behind in the race.
you're still way behind, so I don't mind this play. Double 2, not as good as it looks. 1, 2. Okay, you can make the bar.
Make the bar, or do you come down? I don't think you could
Well,
come
if you
down and
make the 9 point, what are you doing with the other? Well, you could play 13 to 9, 13 to 11, and
yeah.
16 to 14, but you've got 4 opposing checkers back there. So now you see the problem with slotting the 5 point.
Yeah.
Right?
Now you have to make. Yeah.
So now what are you going to do? You're probably just going to make it and slot the 3 point. Having slotted it, it seems difficult to find anything else to do with this.
Yeah, it could come out to the.
Come out, but then you're leaving 2 shots. You're racing when you're behind.
Oh yeah.
So now you've got
4s and 1s.
you
and
have
7s
no
and,
asset from that. So now there's a choice. You can make the 11 point or you can hit. Again,
make the
given the opponent's inboard weakness, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to get a return shot, and if you don't get hit back, and you did get hit back.
It hits.
Yeah.
Now he's got a return.
Now you see, not having made the 5 point earlier, you get punished.
You get hit twice.
Now you hit twice. Okay.
And does red have any doubling opportunity after? Well, he should at least think
if blue
about
rolls
it.
a 3, the answer is no. So no. Okay, so now the game's going to go on for quite a while.
You can make that 4 prime out there.
Make the 4 prime, which blocks 6s, which is quite nice. You can make the 16 point.
But you're going to probably get hit back, right? You have a lot of things that hit back.
I like the 4. I'm not sure about the 5. With the 5, I might have come out because you've now got 5 checkers that aren't working.
Yeah.
Basically. So unless red rolls double 1 or double 3, it's hard for him to activate his checkers and get them into play. So again, take the war analogy. You do not want your soldiers parked up somewhere not doing anything, which is what red has got with his position. So they're safe, but they're not contributing. And here Mike should just make the 5 point. He does not have the ammunition for a blitz.
Because you'll have it forever. Yep.
Yeah. So
sometimes your opponent rolls kind of crappy.
Yeah, and now
sort of forced.
You haven't got much choice really. You could leave a triple shot, but it doesn't seem right. So, and 4 and 1.
Whoa! You could hit 2 checkers.
Well, you got to hit. Yeah, I think you've got to hit 2 here. I don't think you get enough value. Making the 20 point sort of freezes the.
3-5 is it?
No, double 3.
Oh, double 3.
It's fine, except you've got to play the last one. The rules of backgammon say that you have to play as much of your roll as you can. He's going to play 7 to 4 twice, and then he's going to play 9 to 6, and he won't like himself.
And there's really nothing else, is there?
No.
You make the ad, Yeah. Vladimir found it. There's nothing else.
He doesn't have a choice really.
And he's got 7 checkers.
7 checkers on his 6 point.
That's usually not a good thing. Last time I checked, and he should hit back.
And you're going to hit for want of something better to do.
Now blue might have. He should slow down here. He might have some opportunity.
This is even uglier. So now he's going to have 8 checkers.
No,
sorry. Ignore that remark. Sorry, I missed that.
That's all right.
What do we got here?
Blue is in power position 4 and 1. Would you come out to the bar?
Out to the bar and slide 16 to 15. So you duplicate 1s, you take away red's attack. Yeah. And you don't come up with the other one. I think you just play 16 to 15. Not wholly convinced, but anyway.
Yeah.
The 1 is important. So hit and pop out.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of liking blue's position here.
Yeah, but he's got two checkers that are out of play on his 2-point. He's behind in the race, I think. So he could hit.
How about he should hit? Don't you think he should hit there on the
I think he should hit. Why would you not hit?
Because then you could maybe make the bar on your next roll if you do.
Absolutely. And you've got plenty of hello. Okay, if that's the 4. So yeah,
he could have hit also.
We'll do a count in a minute.
Well,
now what? 1. You probably just play to the 13-point and give yourself a spare.
It seems right.
You certainly don't want to disengage by moving the midpoint.
Well, you want it on the 4 because you want to make your 4-point, right?
I don't like this play because it.
I don't. I'm guessing he's going to move those 3 checkers that are on the 17 and 18 somewhere.
Yeah, so I think you just shuffle them along because you can't play this safely, so you just play 18 to 16 twice.
That looks right. Well, when Mike gets home, you can pull up this, and when you're doing some study group, there'll be lots of interesting plays that you can talk about, Chris, with him and some of your students.
One of the advantages of backgammon is every match gives you positions that you can talk about.
Exactly. There you go. So
4. Now what? He's got 3s and 3, double 4.
Probably. Well, he's giving extra. Don't want to move that one because you're giving.
I think you play 12 to 11, but this is the sort of move that computers get right and human beings get wrong. Because
it a lot.
It'll only be a small difference. But now he's given him a good 6, which he doesn't deserve.
Yeah.
5-2. Yeah. So again,
you should have thought about doubling just for a second.
Well, now it doesn't make the point. I thought it was going to make.
And now your 6 is blocked.
He's going to make the 12-point. He's going to make his own midpoint. He's going to come 8 to 5. 1, 2, 3. It's all predictable. 8 to 5. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, because there's nothing else.
There's nothing else. 3 and something. 2 3s.
3-1.
Oh, 3-1. Okay.
Oh, too bad he.
3. Now, you've got to think about this.
Because now
to do the count. Do you want the runner or do you want the goalkeeper?
Yeah, now Red can kind of play behind him.
He'll just probably make the 2-point. Yeah. Okay, what have we got here?
Is
3 and 2.
Is this part of your book where you talk about stripped out points, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. 3 and 2. So you want to keep the structure. You could play 3 and 2. So you can either come off the 20-point by playing 20-15, but that releases all of those checkers. So
how about he could make his 3? I don't know.
Look, a duplication play.
Oh, there you go. That's it. So all 3s do not.
Boxcars. So now Mike, having blocked that double 6, has turned out to be a move of some genius. Because
this is sort of forced, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You got to bring him in. There you go, Vladimir.
So now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead checkers.
Oh, this is a great doubling opportunity again, isn't it?
Yeah. No, because if he hits and he comes in and out, Blue's still got a lot of work to do, and his structure is I don't believe strong enough. So you got to hit.
Yeah.
I think because it triplicates 3s.
Oh, that was illegal.
Was it? What did he do?
Yeah. Oh, now he just messed. That's not right.
Yeah.
He had a checker on the 7-point.
He did.
And
he found it.
Did he have a checker on?
Yeah, no, that's correct because he was. Yeah. So now he's got 5 on to play.
Wasn't there a checker on his 5 also? I forget. He moved it so fast. Maybe this is right. Yeah, you said duplicating 3s. Yeah.
What? Why are we not hitting? Ooh, that's an ugly roll. Wow.
Just probably 2 checkers off a 6 point, right?
Yeah, yeah. He certainly needs to get one of them to the 4 point, so it's actually doing some work.
Yeah.
So blue should be looking at this. Blue should be looking at this. So now, please, are you going to hit?
Yes, you should hit.
Because now you have some. Well, the thing about blue structure is it's not absolutely wonderful, but it will create some really awkward entering numbers for red because red has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checkers out. Red is effectively playing with 3 checkers.
Yeah. And so does he hit and just leave it there and come into the 6 point, or does he keep it going?
That's the 4.
He could come in.
Yeah, you just keep going because you're not going to give up the bar. You're not going to slot. So 1, 6. He's only got the 1.
Sixes.
He has no 6. Right.
My play would have gotten hit. So there.
There you go. So now you have to think what you're trying to do. Yeah. So what's Blue's plan? He can't blitz. He hasn't got enough checkers. He needs to either prime that rear checker. He also needs to think about creating bad numbers for red. So
my first.
I wouldn't get too excited here.
Go to the bar point. That's my first thought. It brings another checker into play. Doing this,
you can do this, but
at least
I don't mind this because if he
double aces are horrible. I knew it. Double aces were horrible.
Wow. 1, 2, 3.
I think you keep it going, right? Yeah.
So it gives more return numbers. 1.
Ooh, this is not a good 5, is it?
No, the 5 is ugly, so he's not going to have any choice about. No, wait a minute. He could duplicate 1s. He could play 22-17.
Yeah, which was not the worst. And red has a doubling opportunity.
So now
he'll love to.
A long time ago, blue made his 2 point, which has created a long-term weakness in the position. So now he's going to hit with a 3 and think about the 6. You play
the other one actually duplicated 4s.
This duplicates 3s though. So 1. Ooh, okay.
Probably hit him, right?
No, I don't think
hit
so.
Him on the ace.
What are you? Well, again, what are you going to do if you hit? You're not going to execute a blitz.
Well, here's what my thought was. You don't really care if you get hit back because you got a 1-3 going, and you got blue's got that. It's got the double anchor. There you go.
All right. So now, do you play?
I think I split.
I think with 2 rear checkers, you had to play 11-10 there.
I think you're right because look at how much.
Now, if he comes in and hops out, you only get a single shot. Okay.
Well, that's double 4s. That cannot be right. Oh, he's got. It is.
He has got double 4.
That is all right. You were correct by not splitting there. It probably would have missed anyway, but
yeah.
Now blue's timing for his 1-3 back game is no longer that good.
Right.
He actually wants to get hit. Blue does.
5 and 4. Where's that going?
Not to right to the.
It's leaving a shot. But again, if blue hits here, which he has done, his long-term weakness is his 4 point. So
is that a 5-2?
If it is, then he just shuffles a checker outside. Ooh, not sure about this because you've just activated the checkers on red's 2 point. 5-3. Stop and think.
Yep. Okay.
Apparently not. Apparently
he stopped for a second.
Thinking's off.
Thinking is not part. Don't overthink this game, Chris.
No.
Don't.
So what you're seeing is a demonstration of safety backgammon. which is not
Oh.
ideal. And that is
That
going to be the kiss of death.
Blue, maybe it's too good to
Fours,
double.
fives, sixes, and threes. Blue wins a lot of gammons here.
Is it too good to double here?
No, it's never too good.
Okay.
It is sometimes. Oh, so that game was disappointing in so much. Strategically, it wasn't thought through really by either of the players. Oh, the board's shifting again.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very, very difficult game to play from both sides. They both had significant weaknesses because early on they stacked checkers. Ultimately, Red lost because he was playing with 3 checkers against 15, which is not really surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, so a good old-fashioned running play. I think when you're losing, though, you should make the 2 points. That's what the books say. It's what the modern theory says.
Oh, when you're
making the 2 point generates more gammons.
And I just like coming out and bringing it to the 9.
It's the right play at double match point. Okay, well, this one's easy to play.
There we go.
Okay, so now I think we can play that. Double 1 is easy. 1, 6. So you can make the bar or hop out. So he's hopping. I'd have made the bar because there was no significant danger. And now you're going to pay for that. So now do you bring the second checker down to try and make the 4 point, which is your key point of focus? Yeah, the rear checkers will escape on their own quite happily. The fact that he was about to get a shot, 24 numbers hit.
Yeah.
That is one of them. Okay, no excitement. What happens next? 5 and 6, run away.
Yeah.
Okay, needs a 2 to stay in the game. Doesn't roll it, game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to do the count for that one.
No.
So 6-4. So now we're getting towards the point of the match where the score matters. 6-4, which is 7 away, 5 away. So according to match equity tables, blue is 63% to win from here. I'm using Woolsey's match equity tables, which give you an analysis of your match winning chances at any score.
It's always nice to know.
Yeah. Oh, so now he's beginning to roll well. Double 1.
Rolling well is always good in this game.
Yeah. So
make
you've got a choice of running away. Now, if you do that, yeah, okay.
That's a little too much, don't you think?
Could have come up. Okay, this is good. We like this in terms of if you're British, I guess. 1 and 3. So, despite the score, it's be interesting.
Who is awfully strong.
I think you've got to do this because basically, if you play bar 24 and 16 to 13, you're just giving up. So you've at least got to give blue a difficult decision to make. So.
Oh, that was not right because he moved 2 4s. It was 4-1. He was on the bar. Yep.
Yeah, this is the start position.
No, you don't know.
What? Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Right. Nice double.
Yeah.
Oh. And again, lightning quick analysis of the position. So probably was a pass.
Vladimir had that locked in. He knew what was.
Yeah, he already knew what he was going to do. But hello, looks like we're on another short break. This is the final. Resume shortly. Okay.
That looks like a little quick bathroom break.
Yeah.
I saw him drinking a lot of coffee or something, so he's probably.
So 7-4. Now you've got. We are. Mike is within 4 points of winning, so a double gammon will give him the match. So,
and so what are his odds of winning right now? Did you say you have that?
What are these? 4 away, 7 away, isn't he? He's 70%. So win this match 7 times out of 10. That assumes both players are equal, by the way.
And we've seen some very interesting,
interesting
plays. Not setting up the board correctly.
There are certain situations where the leader can double aggressively. Normally, when you're leading, you have to be careful because obviously, if you spin the cube, it can come back and forth, and then things can get nasty. But when you're 4 points away from winning a match, a gammonish double can be very, very powerful because your opponent may have to drop a position that he would take for money.
So he needs to be a little more conservative with his doubling, but when there's a fair amount of threat, he might be able to use that cube and have his opponent drop because he's scared he's going to lose the match.
Yeah. So Vladimir should view this as what we call a gammon go score. Not dramatically so, but he would really like to create positions where the end result is likely to be a gammon, which means he should be playing for priming and blitzing games as opposed to holding games or a straight race. Now, you can only do what the dice dictate, but if, for example, he rolled a 3-2 with his first roll, he should drop 2 checkers down rather than split at the back. If you're winning the match, you split at the back because what you want is a high anchor to thwart your opponent's game plan as quickly as possible. So in any match that I play, whenever a game finishes, I look at the score and I mentally set myself as to what I'm trying to do in the next game. Again, the dice may not cooperate, but you should at least have an idea of what you're trying to do. So let's see.
And these two players, I'm guessing they're not doing that right now from the way that they've been playing.
No. If you just make moves based on in a very small group of people, so you should play lots of different people, different types of games. So I recommend playing head-to-head games, chouettes, the multi-person version of the game, and play tournaments. So you need to play all 3 to become a good backgammon player. So for most of lockdown, I played in a weekly chouette most of my life with the same bunch of guys. Up to 20 different people would turn up and we would play a chouette for money. For the last 2 years, I haven't played a single money game. I played everything.
Oh, that's sad, Chris. That's very sad.
Well, yeah. So when I was young and still working and not being paid very much, I used backgammon to supplement my income, and it paid for a lot of my holidays. I don't really need that anymore, so I'm very happy to play match play because I find it much more of a challenge than straight head-to-head. You've got to be very careful in a chouette. Malcolm Davis once lost $20,000 in one game in a chouette in Texas.
Oh, really? Oh, that's...
one of the great players, by the way, Malcolm Davis, sadly passed away, I think, getting on for 2 years ago now. 6-1. I stuck it in XG, and there are what is called 2 millipoints of equity difference between the 2 plays. Basically, it's a toss-up. You can play either play, and it's
either one is fine.
Yeah. So then you're dependent on style, right? So what we've seen so far is an absence of loose and aggressive hits. So if I was Mike and I was playing Vladimir now, I'd make my own 5-point, because there are times when Vladimir should hit on his own 5-point when he probably won't do so. So that's one of the things you have to do. One of the things you have to do when you're playing in a match and you don't know your opponent, you have to test him out with cube decisions early on to see what sort of player he is. And there are passive players and aggressive players. So I played in the British Championships years and years ago, somewhere in Spain, I think. I was playing someone, didn't know him. I doubled after 4 moves in the first game, just to see what he'd do, and he dropped. And I used that tactic for 6 games. I was 6-0 up without hardly moving a checker. Yeah? And surprisingly enough, I won the match. But if you don't test people out early, you don't know what they're going to do.
Yep, you got to love that.
No,
we are back. Yeah.
Are you? Let me double click again. Okay, I'm back. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gone rather a long way since I was talking. So this is a mutual holding game.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you just make the board. Make the board, Mike. Threat. Yeah. So now red has got strip point syndrome. Something's got to go. So against a 5-point board, you give nothing. That's some correct play. 2 and 1. It's a beautiful roll. Beautiful roll.
Yeah, he gets to keep the board intact.
So
make the 2 and make the 3.
6. No, that's it. 6-5. So he's got 8s and 1s to hit, but not 7s. Yeah, this is good. We like this play. So that maintains the tension.
Okay, so now the fun begins.
5 and 1. So he still can't play safe. So
you must be behind me. I'm at 4 and 3 here. Okay, there we. Oh, am I way behind here?
Yeah, you are. Double, go out, come in. So he's got a difficult 5-1 to play. So this will leave less repeating shots. So if he hits the 5, he's good. Double 4. What?
Oh, I'm at double 4s now.
Yeah,
I'm at double 4s now.
Double 4.
He's got to hit.
You can't hit.
Oh, it's blocked. You're correct. Yeah.
But I think whoa. That's way wrong. We should just come down.
He went too fast, and I didn't have a 5-1. This is not his favorite. Does he hit there? He could have hit.
Yeah, but the problem is Mike crunched his board on the last roll. This is okay. He's come well out of it. But again, strategically incorrect.
That other 5-1, he might have thought about hitting on.
Now you cue.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8-4. Okay.
And Vladimir has he has dropped awfully fast most of the games.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, how much does he know about match play, backgammon, and understanding how much the doubling decisions change with the score?
I'm guessing.
I'm thinking not a whole lot, but we'll see. 5 and 3 is not much good. So the 3 is clear. He will hit on the ace point because he's done it before, I think. Yep. But no, this time he doesn't. Okay. But with the better board and trailing, that looked like a good plan. So you can make the bar point or run away. Oh. So you keep it simple. Okay. Whoa, double 4.
That's pretty good.
So you just make the 5 point here?
It sure looks right. Yeah. Now Red should start thinking if.
Yeah, Red should think about this. And now he's lost his market.
Yeah.
Oh, this is blue. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 1, 2. Now you just play this safe. You don't make the second point because of the strength of Red's home board.
Yep. He's thought about it.
This is too big a play at this score. So now Red's.
I agree.
Any hit creates gammon. So I think you just play 13 to 8, 11 to 6, and then your plan is to escape the last checker.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, because if he gets hit and sent back.
Yeah. So this gives him 9 bad numbers as opposed to 4. But the downside is he's now got 3 blocks. And you really don't want positions where there's huge swings on some of the hits. So 8, it's about 14 or 15 hitting numbers here. There's too much, too much. Now, if you were losing, this could well be the play. But at 8-4 ahead, you need to think about what he's trying to achieve here. So at least he's thinking.
And here's where the match score comes into play a lot.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oops,
I think he's going to do your play. There we go. Pick it up.
You could do this, which is only 5-6.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. 3-6. Okay. Well, that's one of the rolls that would have found if he'd made the other play I just mentioned. But again, it's very difficult for blue because, just make the point. Make the point. No.
This is not good.
So this is a classic. This is a classic backgammon thing. You see the hit and you think you've got to play the hit. And now is in trouble.
And now he gets punished.
Yeah. So now he should have just made his own 5 point. He didn't. The point is he didn't see the play. So the most common mistake in backgammon is to not see a possible play.
Because you move
can't
too fast.
make right. So now they should cue.
Yeah.
And he's going to drop this. Yeah. So I don't know.
If he had his own 5 point, he would be
in no danger. He would have one block which he had to escape and a very straightforward game plan.
And that's why he put that checker on the 11. It was to make the 5, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the double 5 was correctly played in the end. But in essence, too often backgammon players have the choice between move A and move B. And they agonize for hours and they choose one of them and they don't even look at play C, which is the correct move. Oh, now gammon. This is fun because basically this is for money, this is double and pass.
Yeah.
Here, I think at 8-5, you've got to do this because if he wins a gammon, yeah. So what was that? That was 6-2, wasn't it? Yeah.
So Mike can hold off now for a long period of time before he doubles, and gammon wins him the game also.
Yeah. So the question is, was that a take because of the score?
He's throwing a lot of double 5s.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have probably unstacked maybe there, but he's got a lot of checkers on his 8 and 6 points.
Okay. So that last position where he doubled is not a double because he should play for an undouble gammon. Okay, because you give the cube away, which is too expensive.
Because of going up.
Yeah, and because the cube comes back on 4. But he conned his opponent into a drop.
Yeah. And red is.
This is difficult. Yeah, so that was quick.
Yeah.
I looked away for a moment and we seem to have had an entire game.
Well, red rolled a good double 4s and then made a couple points, and that was it.
So now 5 away, 3 away.
Chris, don't you know not to look away with these guys because they move?
Mike is 66 now. Okay, you do not do this when you're winning. You absolutely have to move the back checkers up. Okay, so
take your opponent's 5 point.
Double match point, you'll be playing 24-20. This is reverse mathematics, basically. So if you're losing, this is the play you make. And if you're winning, it's the play you categorically don't make.
And if you're winning, because having your opponent's
great number,
5 points.
So now, 1, 2. So already, so you should probably just come in on the 2 point and make the bar. It's a bit early to panic and slot the 5 point.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike should have in his mind, 6-5, good, not really. So it's going to be 15-9, 13-8. So what Mike would really like here is an undoubled gammon. Yeah. So was it worth taking the risk of leaving 7s and 8s? So now he's got a slightly awkward structure.
What is that number? 6-4?
6-4.
Okay.
That's a nice number.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. So he's got, right. So now you, 1, 4. So there are a couple of choices there because he could have tried to come up to the
Opponent's
yeah.
5 point.
So 2, that comes up into the teeth of a potential attack. It wouldn't surprise me if I'd play 13, 11 and 4 to 3 here. But again, your opponent's threatening stuff a little bit on the others. It's 6-8. He's got 10 checkers in the attack zone. So the tempo is with red here. So he's going to get hit.
Yeah, where if blue would have hit,
So
it would have.
my play would have worked. 4 and 1, presumably. Okay, now you have to play safe, I think. Oh, no, sorry, you could come up.
That looks right? Because it's all 1s and 2s, maybe.
It's certainly right now. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. Well, actually, it is right because
now we can make the.
It wouldn't have been hit, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice roll. 5 is easy.
2 is not so easy.
So, yeah. I don't mind this play because
that looks right.
Now you've got the anchor in it forever. He can make the 5 point and play safe. So now, despite the odd misplay, we've got a completely normal mutual holding game where blue is ahead in the race. So now there should be no excitement, at least for a moment or two. 6-4 makes the point.
Yep.
Okay. So you should not be giving shots unless you have to. That's fine. So red has got my strip. Hello. Yeah, you got to make the point. Red has got strip point syndrome here. Any 6 like this will result in something going.
Is he going to move it from the just?
Well, blue has got some time to play. So you've got the choice of 13 to 3, but that leaves 1s and 8s. So there are 16 hitting numbers. That might be viewed to be a bit big because you don't know what's going to happen here. That is not a hitting number. Now you just you either make the 2 point or you bring 2 down. So what's the race? 6, 6, 90, 104, 116, 124, 130. So there's 119 after the roll.
And they don't allow us too much.
6-1? Yeah. Okay, so now blue needs to build a board. So that's fine.
Cover?
Yeah. So you're ready to hit because red is statistically, he won't get that checker to safety and he needs to play the 2 and then owe him a 1.
I'll do the 1 later, right?
Yeah. So probably this. You could have played 2 to 1. There's more cover numbers the other way. Yeah. There's an argument. Interesting. You could play 2 down here, put pressure on red, only leaves. And again, the question now is what is blue going to do next time? So with with my potential play, this is a horrible roll actually, but it's playable. So.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, nice
what a roll for blue.
Right. 5. Ooh.
Oh, even better roll.
No mortals playing in this game.
No, we finally got some action here.
And red needs the end of that game. Could he play on? Probably not because of the blot on the ace point, but he's certainly cubing. Because there's a lot of gammons here. Yeah. So
that turned fast.
The interesting score of 9-7. 9-7 is basically 4 away, 2 away, and it is a score at which the person who is trailing has got the most leverage in the use of the cube. So lots of positions that aren't even doubles for money are doubles and drop at this score. So I always play 6 to 5 with the one. I'm not sure whether it's right or not, but I much prefer it.
Yeah.
I also don't
the
like giving up
65
the
ones.
anchor just in case of an early blitz. 5-3. Okay, so now he wants an anchor. That's not an anchor. So it's going to run away, I believe.
That looks right.
So now, surprisingly enough, this may already be a double.
Which
Going to hit with the 2. And
because
given
he
his
likes to
style,
hit twice.
well, I like 13 to 8 here because
Yeah.
it develops the checkers better.
Oh,
What do I know? What do I know about backgammon, eh? Well, even after all these years. 3. Probably on play 24-18. Yeah. He's got the better board, so he should take a risk to develop his position.
oh, look at this one.
Is that 6-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a hit. He's definitely going to hit. Yeah.
And now he's close to a double, right?
He's very close, depending on what this is. What's this? 4 and 1, you got to hit. Yeah.
Now he should think about doubling, right?
This is absolutely a double at this score. This is a crystal clear double.
He's got the better board.
He's got 5s, 2s. Well, he's got loads of numbers that hit.
Yep.
And blue fans once the gammon is on. So, however, he knew
blue has
something.
been very. He is not cooperating.
So he hit twice. Hit with double 6. 6-4 is okay. Hit with the 4. Think about the 6.
Bring it down.
Probably this might be a bit big. It does duplicate 1s and 3s, but it's.
But if you get hit, you could get.
It creates a 4 blocked position, which is precisely what you don't want.
No.
Right, because 1 fan and the game's over. What's this one?
I know he came in, but
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
hitting.
look like he hit. So
So hang on, you can make the 5 prime. So this is much more difficult.
is it 1-2?
Is it 1-2 or 1-4? I think it's 1-2. Yeah.
2-1.
Okay.
I like making that 5 prime.
Yeah.
That would have been.
This creates volatility. So sorry, it's only 1 hitting number. I thought for some reason he had 5s and 6s off the bar. So
Oh
don't double.
no.
Do not, under any circumstances, double. 3 is great. 6 is great.
Oh, it's terrific.
Yeah. So now red's in deep yogurt, as I would describe it.
Oh, this is
But
bad.
that's horrible. Okay, so now Mike's definitely playing for an undouble gammon.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's very difficult for red to get out of there. He's got to come up with
That was
3 and make
good
the
for
point.
him.
Make the point. Yeah. Hello.
What?
That was an illegal play.
Oh, another illegal play?
Yeah.
Red
So,
looking to play a back game? Is that what he's thinking?
I think that's what he was trying to do.
And now he's got all those burned checkers and
6, and now think about the 3. So you want as many builders as possible for the 10 point. Now is the wrong play. Put that checker back immediately, sir.
it was not in danger, was it?
No. And the 1 point, he either wants to make the 4 point or the 10 point. And
All
now
of Red's check. He's got to come in. Yeah.
okay. So that
And all
checker,
of those red checkers are going to be probably burnt unless he rolls something.
Yeah. Well, this is reasonable because he hasn't got the timing for a back game.
Yeah. He could actually.
So
Oh, don't.
you can bring 2 checkers out here.
Yeah. No. Oh,
This is a safety play again. What do you want? You want the 10 point.
yeah.
Okay. Because if you have the 10 point, you're going to win a host of gammons. Right?
He could actually just slot it too if he wanted.
No, it's okay. So
Look at this.
this was the whole thing, right? One,
Yep.
2, 3. Well, it's 2 of them, whatever he does.
Yep. This might help him get off a gammon if he doesn't get hit too.
So I don't know whether. So you hit, yeah, fine. And just keep it going. You duplicate 4s by continuing. Yeah, it's fine.
And red is just trying to get off gammon. That's his.
Yeah. So red will have some horrendous entering numbers like 3, 5 in a minute. So
Well, the 5 will be blocked.
Yeah. Well, it won't if you come off the 10 point. That was my whole thing.
Oh, there. Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
Right. So now he's given some terrible entering numbers.
There you go.
3 and 4, I think. But yeah, it's horrendous. This is a horrible, horrible number. Hello. That was an illegal. It wasn't an illegal play.
No, that was right.
I withdraw that remark. Sorry.
That's no problem.
1.
That's too far.
1.
Double 4s. That's too far.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Come back. Double 4. Come on, Mike.
I've seen more illegal plays here than.
I've never seen stuff like this.
Okay. And he preferred to be back because then 6 away, right? So, or 7 away.
So what should red be doing? Red should be trying, to avoid losing a gammon.
Yeah. Look at that. If
well, now he's going to be forced to play aggressively.
Well, those checkers, that checker should not be there anyway. But no, that's okay.
Yeah, it should have been home free. If
yes.
he actually played the right. Now you get some freak thing like double 4, 3, 2.
That was pretty good.
So now he wants to make that point. That's a 2. So what's the other number? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. But now his gammon winning opportunities are far lower. And in fact, you'll get to a point where if he rolls the wrong numbers, Mike won't even have a double. So it's going to be 6, 4. But there will come a time when you give up on the gammon.
Yeah.
And you just cash because 10-7 Crawford is a very powerful score. And you just come off the bar here.
2 and oh.
This is okay. 6, 5. Oh, and now you stop to count because now he's rolled the nuts, right?
Yeah.
And now you think 52, 44, 54, 62, 69, 71 on an adjusted count for blue.
Okay. And red, that's probably less actually.
46, 51, 55, 64, 70, 74, 76, 78, 79, 80 on an adjusted count for red. Blue has got 4 crossovers, red has got 5. So do you put the match on the line with this? This is a crucial decision. Now, it should take 2 or 3 minutes to look at this position and decide what he's trying to do. Or decide what the correct decision is. Yeah?
There's a little conversation for the first time between. Oh,
yeah.
I think you wait. I don't think it's a.
Well, red is very inefficient, but it'll be very quick once he gets in. Yeah.
So what did you say the count was?
It's 69 to 74 is the base count, but then you've got to add 2 pips to blue, 4, 5, probably 6 pips to red, which makes it 75, 80.
Yeah, so that's not even 10%.
But red has got 12. 6, 5, 11, 22, 28, 29 pip. I think this is double pass. Just because by the time red gets in, blue will have borne off about 4 checkers. So, yeah.
Because you're going to take...
This has got to be double pass because red has too many pips to get home.
To get inside.
Normally in racing positions, small doubles are good because they barrel lots checkers. Here, a small number for red would be pretty disastrous. So you're not going to win enough you certainly don't play on for the gammon, but I think you just cash this position or give your opponent the decision. So if you hold on, I'll stick it into our little computer friend and we'll see what we get. So
you think it's double pass? I thought maybe you wait, but I'm now leaning towards, because he's got 28 pips to get inside the red, and
as opposed to
blue's only got 8 pips to get in, and they're on roll.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I think that's your WhatsApp dings on your phone. Can you silence that maybe? Or somebody's got a WhatsApp ding.
My phone's on silent.
Oh, weird. I don't know where the WhatsApp's coming from then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So that was right. So I just managed to put it into XG. It's a double and a huge pass. So well played by both players.
Yeah.
So now we're at 10-7 Crawford. So obviously Mike only needs to win 1 game to win the match. His opponent needs to win 3 games unless he wins a gammon in one of them. Mike is 82 or 83% favourite, depending on which match equity table you use. And crucially here, red doesn't have to play for a gammon, but he should certainly be making rolls that, making plays that could potentially lead to a gammon. So Vladimir appears to be on the phone.
Yeah. He's maybe getting advice or something.
Yeah.
So when there's big cash payouts, are you a person that likes to hedge on the cash from first and second place?
I would hedge, certainly.
And what that is you're
I'm not trying to build a mortgage or something. I'm quite happy to hedge most of the time.
Well, you've won so many games and then to not be rewarded.
Right. So now, I think it would be much more interesting if he played bar 18. This is interesting. 1, 2. Now I think you just run around the corner. Interesting. I might have played 20 to 10 there. So now he's got a huge advantage. So now you just make the 9-point thing.
That looks right.
Yeah.
Play with less. Now you want to play with.
So now you've got another checker in the attack zone and you've tidied up a blot. Oh, another foul.
Vladimir is cooperating.
2-point. Yeah. Okay.
He's making this easy.
Maybe. So Mike Island could be moments away from the biggest win of his career. So, hello.
Would you bring down another?
No. That checker's in no danger. Yeah. Oh, fan again.
You're saying maybe bring down a checker for...
I would have risked 1 down. So now I'm definitely risking 1 down. Actually, you only need to win a single, so ignore that remark.
But it sure is nice if you can make 1 more inside point.
So is that 5-1? I thought it would roll with. Okay. So why don't you just play 13-7 here? Because you've got to open 2 blocks anyway.
Yeah, that seems right. Oh no.
Oh, it's 2-1. Oh, it must have been 2-1. Sorry, I thought it was. Wow, he's fanned again. Unbelievable. So now 5 down, 4 down.
That looks right.
You could play 10-6. It's probably okay, actually. He's fanned for about 5th time in a row.
Well, if you know your opponent isn't going to come in, you can.
Another checker down. Yeah, if your opponent's never going to come in, it's actually quite an easy game to play, Backgammon.
Exactly.
Oh, that must be 6 fans in a row.
Look at this. Make the point.
5-point made.
And Mike is home
Large
free.
paycheck coming into his eyes.
Yes.
On the horizon.
Home free.
Okay.
He's got a little thinking to do now.
6 is good.
And then you bring
1 more roll to get past. Yeah. You got to do this.
Yeah.
Because
He's
you're
thinking
giving
about.
four. What? Hello. Where else are you going? You can
He's
play it
looking
very
to play safe.
So, do you take a risk for one roll while you've got a 5-point board and your opponent's got nothing and a loose checker?
I like it.
If you play 11 to 5, 13 to 8, it's 5 hitting numbers, but other than those 5 hitting numbers, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. Or do you play it super safe and play 9 to 3, 11 to 6, which is what you do if you're about to win your first major tournament and you're scared of winning? But I like this play.
There we go.
If it turns out to be wrong, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. So now he's got about.
Close him out.
Yay! There you go.
Look at that. Did he?
Yeah.
What he rolled once or twice? Right. That was it.
One. This is even put. Look at this.
Look.
The dice gods. Danny Kleinman's dice god was called Pipsalot.
Mike is, yes, he is living life. Oh, too bad he didn't roll.
So he wants red to come in ASAP.
Yeah.
That's 2 off the 5 point. This is toast. Vladimir is about to. No, not yet. So if Mike rolls 6-1 and then a double.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. If red stays on the bar, failed. Okay, well played, Mike Ireland. That's
Yes.
1 for the UK. It's certainly the biggest win of his career.
Congratulations.
We should mention that Mike went to New York to play in the intermediate, and Lynn Ehrlich wouldn't allow him and bumped him up into the open. So he's actually playing one above where he intended to play when he went to New York. And that has turned out absolutely brilliant for him. So congratulations to him.
So why did he get bumped up? Did you say? I'm sorry.
Because Lynn said he was too good to play in the intermediate. Which he's just proved, by the way. So he's got a really large payday, and he'll be able to afford to enter lots more tournaments now.
And he'll have a nice big trophy that he can put on his mantle then.
Absolutely, but he'll have to get it across the Atlantic, which
is going to cost him a lot of money, so maybe.
Yeah. So congratulations to Mike. Commiserations to Vladimir. Thank you for listening to us for the afternoon. I hope it kept you amused for the best part of 2 hours. And
Oh, thanks, Ben.
so I'd just like to say thank you to USBGF and Antoinette in particular for inviting me to commentate this afternoon. I hope my accent has been intelligible.
Yes, and I agree with everything you just said. Yes.
And thank you to my co-commentator and all the guys who've done the tech work in the background who make this possible. So I know we had a couple of problems, but hopefully they got ironed out and you've had a fun-packed 2.5 hours. So farewell for now.
And have a good day. Thank you. Thanks, Chris.